to Two Blondes and Their Bullies. It's a little noisy because we're outside of the amazing Animal Surgical Center here in Oceanside, New York. And today we are visiting with Dr. Infernuso. So come with us. We're going to go do a quick tour and then we're going to talk to the amazing Dr. Infernuso. Okay, so we're going to do a quick tour of the Animal Surgical Center here in Oceanside. That is their mission. This is Dr. Infernuso's mission. And on our right side is Christina. She is what makes this place run like a well-oiled wheel. She's the practice manager and amazing. And we're just going to do a quick pan out to coming in. And then we're going to go up the hall and we're going to do a quick tour of the place.
So this is our consultation rooms. We have like 4 or 5 rooms for consults. Here we also have our rehab center that we officially have open now, where we have water treadmill, we do laser treatments, we do shockwave treatments now as well.
That's awesome. Wow. Wow. Holy moly. That is fabulous.
And on this side, we have is our treatment area. It's a band. Is it a band field now? Proper doctor. Here's where all our animals hang out before surgery. This is where they get prepped, IV catheters, medication. They come back here after surgery as well, where our technicians recover them. And then they get them ready to go home at the end of the night.
There's someone here during the night.
Yes, we do.
For all of the animals.
Overnight, we have a doctor, technicians, assistants, and patient care overnight for all the patients.
Are you panning to the door at the pool? Hand to the door. They're so cute.
And then here on the side where we have our x-ray machine. This is where we do all of our x-rays. And then we also have a CT room on this side where we do our CT scans.
Wow. Wow. Holy moly. I didn't realize you had all this stuff.
This is our surgery side where we do surgeries, where we make magic work.
You want to walk with her?
Let me go. And here's where Tomas Infernuso.
Dr. Infernuso has a very, very busy day today. He's back-to-back surgeries, but we will be able to have some more, be able to speak with him a little later. Thank you. And thank you so much for giving us this amazing tour. This place is amazing. Thank you, Christina.
What's it like? That's speaking. I'll leave a message, but she should be reachable.
We have Bernard here as our worker. He's our famous receptionist.
Sounds a little muffled when he answers the phone, but you'll get it after a few minutes.
All right. Thank you so much, Christina.
Thank you.
You were amazing.
Welcome.
Hi, welcome to Two Blondes and Their Bullies. And of course, we're going to introduce you, but for most people, there is no introduction. It is the amazing Dr. Infernuso. He's the head of the Animal Surgical Center. There's just so much about him that I can tell you. For us, he is a godsend. I would never be able to do this if it wasn't for him. His heart is probably the purest that I could even tell you. And we just want to be able to talk to him today about his mission and what started this whole thing. And we hope you will join us for this. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for the introduction. Going back to your question earlier, how I manage my emotions and not getting really in the deep depression, because it is extremely depressing to see animals suffering and what people can do to animals is heartbreaking. And I can tell you that I always wanted to do what I do, and I always promise all the animals that I want to be the best so I can do anything and I can fix anything and not relying on other people. And as you guys know, the challenges that we're facing are related to the cost. Yeah. A lot of animals get euthanized because cost is a huge thing. And I'm reaching a level in my life where I do want to do what I do and eliminating the financial component out of the equation so I can do it. And that is what is happening. That is what is evolving. Because the good news, I'm getting to a position where I don't need to make money to live, and I can donate my time as I do it. And going back to the question, how do you really deal with emotions? Is I don't want to know. A lot of the cruelty that happens every single day, if that is, if I allow those bad experiences to affect me in a negative way, I can't do my job. And like a robot just goes into a mission, get it done, and address it. Of course, I'm an advocate of animals, and I'm an advocate of ensuring the well-being of all these animals are my top priority. But at the same time, I have to have a life too. And I went from a burnout to I need a balanced life. Give, but at the same time, take care of yourself. And I was in a situation where I was working 16 hours a day, 5-6 days a week, and it got to a point where I realized my well-being was not there. I was not exercising. I was not eating properly because when you work so many hours, your immune system is going to take the hit.
Yeah.
And I said, this is not okay because it can't provide longevity if you are working so hard. And that leads to burnout. Then when you burn out, you can't deliver. You can't teach, you can't train, you can't build people like you, like you guys. You help so many animals, but the goal is to create a team where everybody's going to contribute and do a little. You don't have to do that much, but do some.
So this is how you started this.
Yeah, and I started. The goal was to build all these clinics so we can do a low cost and really help the community and help all these animals. And then I realized bureaucracy, life, people are not the same. I thought everybody had that vision.
Nope.
Oh, animals.
No.
I dedicate my life because I did dedicate my life to the animals. Not everybody thinks like that. And it's fine. I'm not here to expect people to be me. The challenge is when I was in that driven mission of building all these hospitals so I can help more animals, I realized that I was working to pay the bills to ensure that all the other surgeons and the team was getting paid, and I was working on my own time and not getting paid just to cover the expenses. That was not fair to me because I don't deserve it.
Nope,
and
not at all.
now what I do, I love training people. Like I go to places like like some rescue organizations. What I train doctors to do surgeries. So I can't be everywhere. If I can help people and give them the knowledge to be able to execute without me being there. Now, current animals can be saved as I'm speaking to you.
I mean, your goal is always to save as many animals as
100%.
possible, right? So how do you do that long term is train others, and
Exactly.
you'll reach more animals than you could have ever reached by just being one.
100%.
When you were young, this is always your dream.
Oh yeah, it was.
Like you were born to do this. I said that in the video once. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I was interviewed about you once.
Yeah.
How I first met you. And that was, people always say to me, I always go back and look at your interview and I say, he was born to do this. This was.
Sometimes I think about it, I love so many other things than just working. This is not work. Let me rephrase that. This is not work.
But when you're happy with what you do,
Because it's not work. Because it's like a person that plays football or plays soccer. These people, this is not a job. They're meant to be self-related. They're meant to sing. They're meant to have a talent that It was a gift. So for me, that gift was given to me so I can give it back. That my biggest thing is I gotta give back. And it can be monetary, it can be sweat, by working, by training people. And the goal is that, and I gotta tell you, that's what my future goal is, figure out a way to sterilize all these animals chemically. That you can go to all these islands, all these places that you can just inject them and they can be sterilized for life. So
Really?
all these issues
You have to
that we're
start
facing,
somewhere.
that is the only way to really address the issue. Why?
Right.
Because we're biting our tails by keep on going and fixing not the root cause, which is
Right.
the overpopulation of animals. Because there are going to be all these people that are going to abandon animals. They're going to just throw them on the street, and they have nobody that cares for them. And then our big hearts kicks in. Again, you got to fuel the heart with recovery. If you don't recover, you're going to burn it. That is what I really want to focus on. Focus on hit the root cause and not just patch.
I feel like Summer needed this conversation more than you. Take care of yourself.
It's like, I mean, but you're a more balanced person than I am. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I don't. I always I get up every morning. It's tough, and you're here, and you're in the middle of all of these animals coming in with all these things. And the thing is, people always have to save. You can't save them all, but we still want to, right?
Everyone hurts a little.
When a dog comes in that's so sick and you can't fix it, that has to be heartbreaking.
It is. The only thing you gotta have an understanding that you cannot fix all of them and save all of them. I know it's horrible what I'm saying.
No,
There are animals that they really
it's reality.
should be let go, and not let them suffer just because you guys, ladies, you have that maternal instinct. I do everything to save my child. At the same time, being fair to that child that is going in a different direction is the right thing to do. I mean, it's not our place to determine what is right or wrong. Again, going back to your point, know your limits as well. Like going back to the conversation, I have so many hobbies. I love gardening, I love water. And what I realized, those elements, those activities, give me the energy for me to over deliver. Because if I'm spent, I'm burnt out, it's not gonna work.
You love surfing.
I love surfing, I love all that stuff. But that is my zen, is my meditation, is my time off that I can reset. And again, the goal is to what? Inform people, bring awareness. A lot of people still say, I can't get a dog. I have to buy a dog. No, you don't have to buy a dog. There's so many dogs.
Stop, don't shop.
Adopt,
Please don't buy a dog.
and adopt. And this is another biggest challenge. One of the biggest challenges.
Very
A lot of purebred dogs, they come in with these $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 bulldogs.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell them, oh my God, why didn't you tell me? I could have given you a free one.
Right.
And you could have saved a life.
Yeah.
100%.
So there's a lot of elements in regards to education, really training people to know there are animals who are suffering every day. There are animals available every day. And give a little bit every day. And I think people are consumed by politics
Money.
and the money. They disregard all the other challenges that unfortunately those friends are experiencing.
That kind of leads us into the next question, right? So we deal a lot with this breed, this bulldog and Frenchie breed, and I think people are not fully aware about all the medical things that can go wrong with them. So when you see these breeds come in, what is the most popular problem that you're
I hate to
seeing?
use that word.
I hate to
Popular
say
problem. What do you see most? I could guess.
Their weight is the biggest issue.
Yeah.
Brachycephalic component is one of the biggest issues. These animals can die because they're, first of all, they're inbred. Number two, their ways genetically is not the best. And then number three, a lot of people can't afford it. So they reach out to you guys, or they die.
Yeah.
And the surgery to correct them carries complications. It's not a straightforward surgery, and there is a high risk of death
Yeah.
from the surgery, anesthesia, and recovery.
Yeah.
So going back to the point that you brought up, a lot of people are not aware because they're cute, they're loving, and then they have allergies, they have airway problems, they have orthopedic issues, and a lot of insurances are becoming very smart, and they're
Yes.
eliminating and carving out all this clause where
We're just researching that right now.
We're gonna talk about those
Yeah.
insurance companies.
Yeah, they're
Stuff
making
like-
where that's a pre-existing condition.
So what's the
Yeah.
end result? People are gonna come up with 5-6 grand after they spend 5-6 thousand. Then what happens to those dogs? If you can't afford, you leave it alone. Which an animal that has respiratory problems so severe, that is gonna lead to gastrointestinal problems, and that is gonna lead to cardiorespiratory problems. So the heart is gonna get affected. The gastrointestinal tract is gonna get affected because now you're inducing this
Yeah.
heteroperitoneal regurgitation, aspiration, pneumonia.
Yeah.
That is where all the money goes into critical care facilities, oxygen supplementation, recurrent pneumonia, because underlying issues were addressed. And some of these dogs are so poorly bred that there's nothing you can really do. No matter what you do, that's the reason why you're in the situation where you are. That you want to save them all, but you can't.
Yeah.
So shutting down this puppy mills, puppy stores, I think was the best decision to be made. And then if you really want to get a bulldog, go through selective
Right.
breeders.
That just do it
Okay, do
hobby.
it.
They're not doing it
Yeah.
for like the love of
Like,
money.
and
You know,
like
dollar.
the natural colors, are
and,
usually
and the natural,
healthier
that's another
ones.
thing. We're
Yeah.
getting so many. Right now, we just took in 8 fluffy.
Fluffy bulldogs.
Fluffy.
Fluffy.
And
Yeah,
bulldogs.
that's
I forgot one condition:
Okay.
spinal surgeries.
Ah,
Now,
that's
a lot
we
of
didn't hear
have
the IVD.
many
Is that what you mean, like IVDD?
intravertebral
But
disc
that is all mostly Frenchies, correct?
bulldogs. Yep,
Because
Yeah.
why? Because they're so pushed together.
because
Their
completely
spine
correct.
can't hold them.
It's just the way that genetically those discs are completely they calcify earlier, so the shock absorber function is lost. In addition to that, they have vertebral malformations. So the actual vertebrae they're not formed properly. So if the spine is full of joints and that flexibility is not maintained, it's going to get stiff. The actual disc they're calcifying now, they've been herniating. That's why there's laser ablation procedure that you can do prophylactically, or you can do spinal surgeries. As you know, there's no guarantee that you have a dog that's going to pee, is going to defecate everywhere, and it is a big expense. Plus, no guarantee the dog is going to fully recover. So that is the issue that we face as surgeons. Yeah.
So obviously, when you tell a person, you know, because we come here for a reason, your expertise, and I always tell people,
Yeah.
don't let a regular vet do these surgeries. And I know that sounds really snobby of me, and we're gonna come up with a million comments. But I get people all the time that say, "I lost my bulldog today," and I'm like, "Why?" "Oh, my vet did boa surgery." I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
Why is your vet doing?" Know your
And
It's
know your
I think
limits.
you live and learn, right? Like you
But
really
you don't
do
want to
live
lose
and
a
learn.
dog and learn that either.
If we can help you in
Right.
some way,
Reach out.
and
Reach out. We'll tell you. We send people here all the time.
it's not about that. The challenge, and I tell you how. It's not about the way. It's the setting. Like I do a lot of volunteer work, big dog ranch. I
Right.
do a lot of surgeries. You know what I do? I declined some opt-out. And the infrastructure is not adequate enough to care for a dog like that. If the dog has
That's right.
stress, needs oxygen supplementation, overnight care, doctor present,
Right.
how you
Yeah.
can handle that? Let's say it needs to be intubated. Sometimes we keep these dogs intubated for like 24 hours. How are you gonna have a dog in a semi-coma just to allow all that swelling to come down?
Right.
Now the equipment, we don't cut it still
100%.
anymore. We have special equipment for that.
Belongs at a
A lot
surgical
of people
center.
don't have that. So
Yeah.
it's not about bragging.
no, I think that it's important for people
But
to
that's
know,
what I say to people, like, if something goes wrong with this surgery, you're gonna have to get this dog in your car and get it to an
Yeah.
ER. And
Right.
it's the setting. It's knowing that you guys have this 24-hour care. First, your place is open 24 hours, 24-hour care. And I'm not saying anything like bad about anyone. I have to be honest. We put a dog under for a spay at our vet, and they couldn't extubate the dog. And he did a great job.
Yeah.
Did an excellent job. Our dog is fine. But if we would have known that the dog needed this surgery, I think you have to take precautions and make sure it's in the right setting.
That's why even a patient that comes in for orthopedic issues, I tell them you gotta fix the airway first. If you don't fix that, is extremely high risk of potential irreversible complication, which is death. Because once you wake them up, they have so much extra tissue that you extubate them, they can't breathe or ventilate because they're not fully awake yet. And that's going to lead to what? Asphyxia, and they die from it. So yeah,
Right.
going back to that is important.
Yeah, I forgot to say that Dr. Infernuso is also very involved with Big Dog Ranch Rescue. We adore them. We get a lot of dogs in Florida, and they're always backing us if we have any dogs. It's an amazing organization. And Dr. Infernuso spends a lot of his time down there taking care of, I want to say the mess, because it's a mess there. I mean, we talk about it here, we talk about everything, but Florida is actually number 3 in the country of dogs that are dumped and the messes that are down there. If you really go into Miami, forget about just Florida, but if you go into Miami, every house is a breeding house and there's no way of stopping it. I get calls probably a dozen dogs a day that need to come in to our rescue that are in Miami area. And thank you. I want to say thank you because I know you spend so much of your time there and that's got to be really hard being there.
However, I am so happy when I go there.
You
I
are.
go every 2 weeks.
It's his happy
And
place.
that's how you fly. Because it's giving back. And knowing that those animals don't have a chance. And again, this is completely free of charge. And then we're opening a hospital there. Did Laura tell you that? So
No.
we raised $2 million. We're gonna build a
That's amazing.
low
That's
cost
amazing.
clinic. So
They need that there.
we donated the CT and yeah, it's great. So we're excited about
I love hearing those stories, and I know, like, and it is your happy place because I know when I'm here and you say I'm catching a flight out to Big Dog Ranch tonight, he's got this giant smile on his face because he knows he's going, and that is true. It's all donated time. It's not, he doesn't take a dime for it, and he's training the doctors that are down there to do this, which is going to help.
Good.
So
I don't have to be there every day, so I can have a little balance.
Right.
And I can,
I mean, you have a little balance because you are here, you are there.
I have my life.
Just a little bit of
my life is much better.
He's balancing now.
Balance.
Yeah. So do you think you'll open up more facilities here or just want to do it globally?
Open a facility and have like a stomach ache.
Sure.
Going back to, I need to be very careful what I do.
Okay.
Because what I learned is trading time for money.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
And you have so much here going on. I noticed when I come in here, there's so many dogs that you're helping.
But going back to the point of trading time, the last thing that I want to do is train myself and going back to the same concept that I gotta make money to pay the bills.
Right.
When you do that,
Yeah.
it's stressful. When you just do it and you don't have to do it because you need it. Now you're talking about volunteering time. When people volunteer, they're happy. Even though they have 3 jobs, they still volunteer. It's their way to give back. And I think what is important, hopefully you guys can bring that to the general public. Instead of scrolling on your phone, instead of watching TV all day long, dedicate 1 hour a day. Go to a center. It doesn't have to be for dogs. It could be from do something just to give back. And I can tell you, it's like this my life. Feel
Rewarded.
Rewarded, and you have a meaning in your life. Because it's passive, it's not active. Wake up in the morning, get a coffee, eat breakfast, go to work, come back, get on a couch, go to bed, do that over again. Life becomes so boring.
Right.
And then you know what happens? You're gonna question yourself, what am I doing with my life?
Right.
It's the same thing every
Stinks.
day.
Yeah.
So what I can share with
We try to do volunteer work every day.
Yeah.
you guys are the best. I appreciate it.
We
So the point
try.
is, but this is an example.
Yes.
You guys are giving 100%, right? Give 10%, give 5%, give 20%, give something.
Right.
But that is what people have to understand.
Yeah.
You
Right.
have to give back, and And I can tell you, you know me.
This
for
is a
long
great
time.
life lesson. This isn't
It
just
is
like,
exactly-
this is
Because-
not even a
No,
rescue
this is
lesson.
good, right.
You know how long have you known me? For a long time. But let me tell you something. Just how lucky I am. And I am very lucky in my life.
Yes,
Why I'm lucky? Because I give so much back
right, you're blessed. You
Right.
should be for that reason,
Right.
because I helped
100%.
so many people, so many animals. And you know what, karma? It's big.
It-
And I believe it.
I do too. My girlfriend always says karma never forgets an address.
Never.
But you're getting, so the thing is, you're rewarded and you're blessed because you do so much for everybody and everything. It's who you are. And we are so grateful to have you, no matter what. So grateful. And we love you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for meeting
Yeah.
with us.
And
And
taking the time.
we
And you're-
appreciate you so
Yeah.
much.
I was
we
drinking
do.
coffee, sitting down, and just the best.